What's Crack-A-Lackin? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
What's Crack-A-Lackin? Welcome into the episode of My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast. I am your host, Sleaze. Today, we're going to be diving into my top 10 kickers heading into week 11 here, plus 3 streamer plays I like this week as well, guys. And I like to get these videos out now on Tuesday by your guys' recommendations so you can get them before the waiver wire. My defense top 10 plus 3 streamers will be next as well, guys. Before we dive into it here, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button, turn that bell on. It helps me out a ton. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support this year. And if you guys have any questions or comments, doesn't have to pertain to this video, drop them down below. I try to answer every single one of them for you guys regardless. If you guys haven't checked out drafters.com, make sure you sign up using promo code SLEEZ. It will double your initial deposit up to $100. And check out the Guys FF Discord that I run with Big Draft Energy. Both of those links are pinned in the description of the video and in the top comment. Now let's dive into the top 10 kickers plus 3 streamers if you need to grab off your waiver wire tonight. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is my kicker board. Kicker tier 1 at the top, kicker tier 2 below that, and then in yellow you'll see the kicker streamers and the 3 kicker streamers there that I'm going to like this week. And what we look for kickers in our rankings, or my rankings, is high implied point total games, grunge matchup defenses like, say, it's Pittsburgh, Cleveland, a division battle like that. We're also going to be looking for teams that are very good in the red zone and high-powered offense to get down the field towards that red zone to get more field goal opportunities. And we're going to look at the kicker rankings on the season, how they allow the points towards the kicker this year. So, I mean, 1 and 2, guys, at this point is just become automatic, right? So I don't even really need to say anything. Number 1, Brandon Aubrey is going to get Monday night versus the Las Vegas Raiders at a 50.5 over-under. Brandon Aubrey is probably never going to come out of my kicker 1. And kicker number 2 with Cameron Dicker, man. This guy's unbelievable. He's just, I can't put him ahead of Aubrey. And he's going to get the Jacksonville Jaguars with a 43.5 over-under and the Chargers high-powered offense as well. These 2 guys are automatic must-starts for me. Very, very easy calls here, in my opinion, and probably never come out of any single roster that have them on their roster. Now, number 3 is going to be Chris Boswell, the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming off the loss they just had. They're going to get the Cincinnati Bengals here at home. And what do you get with the Cincinnati Bengals? You get one of the worst defenses in football and a massive, massive shootout potential game here at 48.5 over under. The Cincinnati Bengals do rank 16th, giving up 8.2 kicker points per game. And you know Chris Boswell can kick from 50. He's been kicking in the cold for years. This game's going to be at Pittsburgh, going to be cold. Doesn't faze me there at all. And you got Joe Flacco and you got Aaron Rodgers, the 40-year-old battle going at it. Remember last time I talked about these two as both smash plays in that game? No one believed me. I'm going to stick with this again, and I think it's going to be a shootout game here again, and I love Chris Boswell this week. Number 4, Tyler Loop. The Baltimore Ravens are back. I told you guys, do not give up on the Ravens. They are fighting for their playoff lives, and they are back to 4-5. And guess why you have to like Tyler Loop even more this week? Is because you get the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are one of the best defenses in football, one of the best red zone defenses in football. And the Baltimore Ravens, if you watched last week, they weren't messing around. They were, 4th and goal at the 3, and they're taking the kicks because they know their season is on the line. So, you get like the Detroit Lions with like Jake Bates, they're going to go for it. The Baltimore Ravens are like, no, we're taking every single point we can get because we need every single point we can get because this season from 1-5 is going to be one of the best comebacks of all time. Number 5 is going to be Harrison Butker of the Kansas City Chiefs. You're going to be at Mile High Stadium. You get that extra altitude. You're also going up against the Denver defense. This is what I talk about when liking matchups. A very good red zone defense, a high-powered offense that takes you down there. The over-under 44.5. And you got to like Harrison Butker coming off a bye here as well. And the Chiefs are going to be healthier. I don't know about Isaiah Pacheco being out there, but their offense with Rashee Rice is still going to fly down the field. That is it for Tier 1. Heading down to Tier 2 is going to be Chase McLaughlin of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And again, we're targeting a high implied point total game here at 48.5, going up at 6-3 Bucks, 6-3 Bills. Big game for both teams here on the line. I don't know what is going on with the Bills offense, but if it looks anything like last week, I think Joe Brady's going to get stripped of the calls here at some point because the offense looks terrible. And Baker Mayfield's going to move the ball down the field. And this is going to be another shootout potential game here. And this is what you want to target kicker-wise. That is why I love Chase McLaughlin at number 6. Number 7, Cairo Santos, and the weather kind of cucked him last week pretty bad. It was snowing, and they didn't even kick field goals. They went for it on every single fourth down on both sides of the ball last week, which was crazy to watch. Between the Giants and the Bears, it was like 5. They broke an NFL record or something in the first half. I forgot what it said on the screen, but it was like 5 attempts on fourth down, failed attempts that went for it instead of field goals. That's because of the weather. Now you're going to be at the Minnesota Vikings here. They rank 17th versus the kicker. They give up 8.3. You're in a dome. There is no weather here. And, dude, Caleb Williams has this Bears offense humming. He's got, back-to-back fourth quarter drive wins here. And I really, really like Cairo Santos. He's a very accurate kicker as well. Number 8, we're targeting another good defense and a kicker that can bomb it from 80 freaking yards, in my opinion. Jesus, I want to see this guy try a 70-plus at this point. He kicked a 68-yarder, the NFL record, Cam Little. And you got to look at, the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. Their defense kind of gave up last week. They kind of blew that game against the Texans. They're going to come back. They're going to need every point from here on out because now they're starting to realize that this AFC playoff picture is going to get a little tight race here at 5-4. So they're going to be at home in this game. They're going to take every single point chance they have, no matter where they're at on the field with Cam Little versus the Chargers. You have to look at it that way. And when this guy can bomb it from 60, 70+, he's probably going to crack my top 10 every single week here. And when you look at the Los Angeles Chargers versus the kicker on the season, they currently give up 8.1, ranking 14th. So not very advantageous, not advantageous there. Eddie Pinheiro, number 9, just burned me last week. And my 49ers got rolled, just like I said they would versus the Rams, though. So now we're going to get a different matchup here. We're going to get the Arizona Cardinals, who already, before we dive into it, they rank 29th versus the kicker, giving up 9.5 points per game. We're hoping Brock Purdy is back. We're hoping Ricky Pearsall is back. Then the offense will be back to at least 90% strength. And the Arizona Cardinals defense is not going to be able to stop the 49er offense. We all know that. And it's at Arizona. Arizona's defense gotten a little better. They got a little better in the red zone. And Pinheiro is a phenomenal kicker this year. It just was a rough game last week versus the Rams. Number 10, we're sticking with it. The Bengals-Steelers game. Evan Money Mac McPherson. And guess why I like him a ton? Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers ranked 30th versus the kicker, giving up 9.8 points per game. Again, we're targeting the high implied point total game with him. The Bengals are in a win now, man. This is their game. They lose this game, you got the Joe Burrow update of week 13 return. Can they pop off 5-6 straight down the stretch with Burrow? Maybe, but they need to get one of two of these. And again, they're going to take every opportunity for every point, kind of like the Baltimore Ravens right now. And Evan Money Mac is one of my favorite kickers. Now, heading into the streamers, and when I look at streamers, guys, I know you could say Jason Myers. I don't look at those as streamer kickers. I look at streamer kickers on every single waiver wire in all my leagues. So my first waiver wire streamer pickup kicker, if possible this week, is going to be Will the Thrill Richard of the Minnesota Vikings. And again, we're targeting the Chicago Bears game. And why do I like it? Because you get inside a dome. There's no weather there either. The Chicago Bears, they also rank 15th versus the kicker, giving up 8.1. You're looking at an over-under in this game of 48.5, a very high implied point total game. And the Vikings are kind of falling into that same situation. It's no more messing around. They're 4-5. They need to get this win here. They need to get back on track, and they're going to take every single point possible, in my opinion. Number 2, and we're going to skip across and leave the middle one because I want to talk about it last year because I don't know the situation yet. So Andy Borregales of the New England Patriots is going to be a phenomenal streamer kicker this week. You are getting the New York Jets Thursday Night Football short week. And guess what? The New York Jets ranked dead last in the NFL versus the kicker, ranking 32nd. 10.8 points per game. The New England Patriots offense is humming. Vrabel has them in a whole just different, man. He just changed that culture really, really quick in New England. And they might win 13 games, guys. Their schedule is absolutely phenomenal. And Borregales has been great. So when you have an offense versus the Jets, and we don't think the Jets offense is going to do what they did last week versus the Browns, getting 2 special team touchdowns. You're not going to get that against a Mike Vrabel-led team. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for kicks here. A lot of opportunity for points. Could be the only thing that scares me away is do they just score straight touchdowns, but I still think they're going to get so many opportunities that Borregales is going to be a nice 10-point plus play this week. Now, last but not least here, Matthew Wright of the Houston Texans. Now, the situation is just all over the place, but the matchup is just gold, right? You're going to get the Tennessee Titans, and they just came off that big win over the Jacksonville Jaguars with a comeback last week. Now, we don't know if it's C.J. Stroud yet in concussion protocol, and Davis Mills kind of carried him last week. Could they let him out there? And we don't know if Kai Fairbairn's going to be back either or not. So if Kai Fairbairn is back, he jumps up into the top 5 instantly. But if Matthew Wright is out there, you're in a division grunge battle game here, 39.5 over under. These are what I talk about, the grunge game here, where every point's going to count. The Texans are 4-5. They're trying to move on or trying to get back into the playoff picture as well here. So in a matchup where you're playing against probably the worst team in the NFL and the Titans, or you could say the Jets if you wanted to, they're both pretty bad. You're going to get opportunities galore. So Matthew Wright off the waiver wire could be a phenomenal kicker play this week, but you do have to pay attention to C.J. Stroud's, I still like him if Davis Mills is out there either way. But Kai Fairbairn is going to be the guy you're willing to pay attention to. So if Kai's back, obviously Matthew Wright is gone, and then Kai goes up into the top 5. Thanks for rocking with me today, guys. That is my top 10 kickers plus 3 streamer plays I love this week based on the matchups I gave you, based on the statistics as well. If you need to grab them off the waiver wire tonight, make sure you do. Before you head out, guys, as always, if you haven't already, tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button, turn that bell on. Helps me out a ton, guys. I can't thank you guys enough again. And if you have any questions, always drop them down below. It doesn't have to pertain to this video. And then again, guys, if you haven't checked out drafters.com or the Guys FF Discord, both those are pinned in the top comments and in the description of the video. And I'm going to be cranking content today. My defense is next for you guys as well for the streamers. And then we're going to do smash starts and sleepers. Hopefully we get them all out today. And then tomorrow we dive into all the stardom sit-ems for each position. And then Thursday I'll drop all the rankings as well. And then that's probably it. It's all live shows from now on out because I do have the family coming into town, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. That is it for me in this episode. Sleaze Bum out.